Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha the God, and today I want to talk about Lookism. Now, the new chapter of Lookism was kind of interesting for me today, just because I felt like it kind of felt like a filler, which is a little bit disappointing, but it was also kind of expected. You know, it's been I don't know 400 chapters. What is it? 400 chapters? God damn, this shit is catching up to it's catching up to goddamn One Piece at this rate. Golly, it's flying so fast. But we quite a lot of chapters in, and we've been waiting and still are waiting for the truth about the bodies. Now I think it's a good mystery and all, kind of like the One Piece. We still don't know where the One Piece is, etc. But I think there's so much that happens in One Piece world, that you and the journey is, I think, a bit more satisfying and more fleshed out. I think sometimes the stories in Lookism way a bit, I don't know. It could be, the execution could be a little better. It could be a little tighter. Now, obviously, I'm not expecting the story to be a One Piece level type thing. I don't think it necessarily needs to be. But I'm just using an example of the mystery there, you know what I mean, of figuring out what this thing is. I feel like this episode was kind of a filler episode or filler chapter. Yes, 430 chapters in, a filler chapter where we didn't really get much information on anything, to be honest. It was kind of like everything we were told in this chapter we already knew. There's nothing new we were told. So it kind of feels annoying because they built it up that James Lee slash DG knows some secrets about the two bodies, but it turns out the dude knows less information than goddamn Daniel Park himself. So what the fuck was the use of him? It's like they built him up for having knowledge and him telling him, put the four major crews together and I'll tell you. And then he told them no new information, bro. Apart from that, this doctor guy might know some things about it. That's it. That's the only thing he got from it. And DG don't even know where to find the fucking doctor. Don't even know where the doctor at. Daniel Park don't knows who the fucking doctor is and where to find him. So, well, not where to find him, but he knows who it is. You know what I mean? Because he has his other body. So it's a bit frustrating in that regards, because it's like we've been waiting and you've been building it up that, oh my God, James Lee knows some shit. James Lee gonna tell him some shit once Daniel Park does whatever. And obviously Daniel Park failed to unite the four major crews, but Eugene, quote unquote, succeeded in doing so. And so it was just interesting that that's how it went down. I really thought that James Lee should have gave us more than he did. He should have told us something interesting about the two bodies. I'm kind of getting worried that the mystery of the two bodies will be kind of lame. Just because surely there could have been a nice hint here in this chapter that would be like, oh shit, that's awesome type thing. Yeah, I mean, I just didn't feel hyped. I didn't feel hyped for it. You know what I mean? And I think, I don't know if you're reading Jujutsu Kaisen, anybody that reads Jujutsu Kaisen, for example, sometimes when you read a chapter like when Yuta was fighting, or when we discover what Yuta can actually do, the hype was crazy. Like, I was reading that chapter like, oh my God, Hakari against Kushima. I was like, oh my God, this fight is crazy. Or Kashimo against Kashimo. I was like, oh my God, this fight is insane. I was hyped every chapter because I know what the fuck is going to happen. And every time something new happened, I was so enthralled and pulled in. And you know what I'm saying? But I feel like with this mystery, bro, like, I'm caring less and less about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We deviate from this shit for hundreds and hundreds of chapters sometimes. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I'm just a little bit. I'm actually quite disappointed by the chapter. I know it's a filler chapter, but I think they shouldn't have built it up. James Lee knowing secrets and shit like that much, just for him to literally know nearly less than Daniel Park himself. And Daniel Park is the character we follow, so obviously we know as much as he does and extra. So that means we, the audience, know more than the new character that's supposed to give us new information and Daniel Park new information. It's like, what? Like, that was really disappointing for me. There's not really much good things to say about the chapter, apart from maybe the kidnapping of Samuel, but oh no, I don't know. I felt like the chapter was a nothing chapter, to be honest. DG or James Lee saying he's working against James Choi, and it's like, yeah, we kind of figured, you know what I mean? he did just pull up with Eugene on Eugene's side to go against Choi. You know what I'm saying? James Choi. So it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit weird, but I don't know. Overall, I just felt like the chapter didn't really add any value to the story. But it is what it is. Chapters like this exist. What do you guys think? I know this is a very short review, but I really don't have much to say about it. I suppose I can give theories in regards to what I think may happen with the two bodies, but I think James Charles knows about the two bodies and was probably you discovered something about it and utilized it in order to launch himself up the ladder. I think he figured out how to use UI better. That's Ultra Instinct for those that don't know. I think he figured out to use that better, or he figured out how to replicate other bodies or perfect bodies. I don't know how, but it's weird because like minus the whole double body thing, like Lookism isn't really like a superpower, supernatural based type webtoon. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to see where this weird conundrum fits into the world building. And so far we haven't seen nothing weird and mysterious and strange like that. That kind of says, oh, those just weird and strange things in this world. Do you know what I mean? Those weird and strange people, but we ain't really see nothing weird. Excuse me. Like that in that regard, like supernatural almost. You know what I mean? So that's really it. Really, I think James Choi. What would kill me is after all these hundreds of chapters of James Choi, gotta figure out who James Choi is, da 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 da, what he does, what he knows, all of that stuff. Let's stop James Choi. If after all these hundreds of freaking chapters, we turns out James is like actually, Mr. Dyson Spear over there is the one that knows the answers. I'll be so pissed, bro. I'll be so pissed because I feel like there's too many red herrings right now. We're 430 chapters in and we've no inkling. Like the only thing we know is that James Choi knows about it. And we thought DG knew about it, but obviously he doesn't. Or James Lee knew about it, but obviously he knows fuck all. And what else is there? Really, like, we ain't really learned nothing about the two bodies. We ain't learned where it came from. We ain't learned how it works. We ain't learned why Daniel Park got it. I know the theories out there that James Choi gave it to him, but would James Choi give it to him? Now, apparently James Choi was really pissed off and angry. That's why he made his decision initially. But then he cooled down and relaxed and decided to not, attack Daniel and Co. And obviously, actually, there was a good part of the chapter, and that's when the ending of the chapter was pretty good. And so was the part where with Daniel Park calls what's his name? Because he hasn't been in the fucking story for so Jay? Is it Jay? What's our boy's name? I think it's Jay, right? Yeah. So when he calls Jay Hung's dad or Mr. Hung, and he's like, yo, you said to call you when we need you. We need you right now. Can you hook us up? And Hung gets him out of them going to jail because, obviously, Lee and the boys, they got them, what you call them? My brain is so fried. I just finished like 9-hour shift nearly of work straight. Was it 9 or 10? I don't know. Something like maybe 10. I don't know. Then I cooked, ate, and now I have a food coma, and I'm here making a video for y'all because I love y'all. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Subscribe. We're trying to reach 2,000. You know what I'm saying? Within the next 2-3 months, we're trying to reach 3,000, 2,000, and when we start flying these numbers up, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to start showing me some love. Comment down below. But and interact. You know what I'm saying? But basically, big deal. I think that interaction with Big Deal and him saving Big Deal. I like that. And then I also like, at the end, there's a mystery character joining the new crew that Daniel Park built, which obviously includes Vasco. It includes Jay. It includes Zach. And it includes, of course, himself, Daniel Park. But there's a mystery character. It seems like they have black hair. Now, I would wager that it's probably... I I think it's probably, what's his name, Vinny. I think it's between Vinny and Jake. I think it's between Vinny and Jake. I think those are the two potential new members of this crew. I think Jake obviously has a chip on his shoulder, and obviously I think Vinny, I don't know how Vinny would really play into it, but I think it works though, because Vin, I know what I'm calling him, Vinny, Vin Jin. I think Vin, I think it would be interesting. I'd love to know his reasoning for joining them, but that could be something. But it looks like a male with black hair, so it could also. Well, it can't be Eli, and it can't be Warren Che, right? So it's definitely not Daniel's other body, because he has to be in control of each body. I don't. None of us think it's Gun or Goo. They look like they had black hair. So unless it's Goo, Goo could be a shout, but I just don't see it being Goo, to be honest, because Goo ain't letting them lead him. No way. So my guess, could it be God Dog? No, God Dog is captured alongside Samuel, and Daniel, UI Daniel. So yeah, I would definitely, I would have to say Manager Park. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. I told you Manager Park is a different level. Um, the White Tiger never fails a mission, my boy. You know what I'm saying. I like how Samuel So got captured. That, it wasn't, they beat him up or whatever. They were chasing him, but they just used a girl and that seemed innocent and scared, and then boom, injected his ass on the sneaky sly. I like that. I like when sometimes you get like a smart way of doing something rather than a brute force way of doing something, especially in a show mainly about fighting and shit. So I really like that. But I think those are the people I think are potentially, unless I'm completely forgetting about somebody, but I can't really think of somebody that I'm completely forgetting about. Everybody seemed surprised, so I think Vin would be a bit surprising to them, in character. And I don't know why Jake would be that much of a surprise, considering they came to help Jake and his crew, and then they saved his crew and let them escape. So I don't really think Jake should be a surprise, but that could just be a red herring to throw us off. It could literally be Jake, but I can't, unless I'm forgetting somebody. I can't really think of a character, but I'm excited to see who it is. In the next chapter, I think the next chapter should be good. Most of this chapter was that conversation between James Lee and Daniel Park, but I think the rest of the chapter was actually really, really good. So I was wrong when I said at the start that I didn't enjoy any of the chapter. No, I enjoyed those bits. I just didn't enjoy that because it's such a big deal, and yet we got nothing. It really frustrated me. So that's why I had to leave with that. But anyway, it's been your boy Supreme Uchiha the God. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.